So you're thinking of moving to Ajax, Ontario? Well, in this video, I'm going to show you the top 5 neighborhoods in Ajax, Ontario, and I'm going to do a couple of things for you. First, we're going to hop in my car and I'm going to take you for a ride. I've taken extensive footage of each of these neighborhoods so that you can see them up close and personal. And then I'm going to show you the different styles of homes, different price points, so that whether you're looking for a starter home or your forever home, you get a good picture of how far your budget can take you and get a better picture of what it's like to live here in Ajax, Ontario. So without further ado, let's get right into it. If this is your first time to the channel and you want to know everything there is to know about living in Toronto and the surrounding areas like Ajax, then subscribe below. Also tap the bell for notifications so that you can be the first to know about the current market in Toronto. My name is Rochelle Manguino. I'm a local real estate agent right here in Toronto. For the last 7 years, I've been helping people just like yourselves make the move to the Greater Toronto Area, and I absolutely love it. So whether you're looking to move in 9 days or 90 days, just give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email, or even schedule a Zoom call down in the description below. I'd be happy to make you make a smooth move to Toronto. So let's get into this. Let me show you what Ajax is all about. Hop in my car, and the first spot in our top 5 list is actually where I'm going to show you at right now. This is Pickering Village. Say what? Yes, I did say Pickering Village, and yes, you did hear me right. Pickering Village is in Ajax, not Pickering, which is a city next door. Pickering Village used to be part of Pickering, but when the region of Durham was formed, Pickering Village became part of Ajax. So I know that might sound strange, but bear with me because guys, even ever since it became part of Ajax, Pickering Village has always kept its identity with a strong sense of history and community. And that's really evident and apparent right here, because where I'm standing in the heart of Pickering Village is this shopping plaza, which happens to be called also Pickering Village, which might even confuse you even more, but it's actually along Ajax's only historic main street, which is Kingston Road behind me. And now this plaza, it does stand out amongst the other heritage buildings in the area based on its sheer size and its Tudor style exterior, but it's also a very lively community hub with tons of established businesses like an ice cream shop, a hair salon, and then down the street here, you might not be able to see it, but there's Casa Verde, which is an Italian restaurant. And fun fact about that restaurant, it actually used to be a birthing house back in the 1890s. But recently here in this plaza, in about the last 10 years or so, it's actually been home to Jam Fest, which is an annual summer music festival, which they play in the village courtyard down there. So there is plenty of things to do here, and so I want to actually show you what it might look like to actually live here. So let's hop in my car, we'll go for a ride in the neighborhood right now. Let's go. Welcome to Pickering Village. I actually didn't have to drive here. I'm only a 10-minute drive from where I was. But basically in this neighborhood here, you've got a good mix of 2 main styles. Now on the southern half of the neighborhood, you've got a lot of heritage homes, ranch-style bungalows, and 1.5-story houses. Then on the other side, the northern side, that's where you're going to find a lot of newer homes and subdivisions that have been recently built. So I'm here in the northern half, if you can tell by the homes around me. This one behind me is a Victorian century home. It's on a 66 by 165 foot lot. Now, it's zoned R1B, which is very common along this street that I'm on, which is Church Street. It's the main road that actually gets you, if you just go up the road that way, it gets you to Durham Live. It's a huge casino and entertainment complex that they're building just up the road here, literally no more than 10 minutes away. I actually made a video about Durham Live that so you can learn more about that project. You can check it out here. So if you are looking to, or if you're looking for some investment properties, then definitely check that video out. But this property here, it allows you to have, because of its zoning, that commercial space that you can have on the ground floor, which is nice for anyone who wants to live and work from home. It actually sold for $1.015 million, so $1.015 million. It comes with 4 bedrooms, 3 washrooms, and of course all the historical charm that you get from a century home. And as you can see, you are close to all of the action that and all the hustle and bustle that Ajax has to offer. But if you are looking for something a little more quiet, sorry, there was just a pedestrian who let me continue recording, which is really nice of him. But we're gonna head on over to the number 2 spot on our top 5 list. So come with me for a drive and we'll go there right now. Duffins Bay is a quiet, family-oriented neighborhood. So it's bordered by the shores of Lake Ontario to the south, Finley Avenue to the west, Westney Road South to the north, and then Harwood Avenue to the east. One of the main attractions in the Duffins Bay area is actually the waterfront park at Veterans Point Gardens. Now, these parks are nice to stroll around in. You know, they got nice flower gardens and waterfront trails that are paved. So let me flip my phone around. I'm gonna take you for a drive and I'll show you around the neighborhood. All right, we are here in Duffins Bay, and you'll notice from the drive-by that most of the homes in this neighborhood are large single-family detached homes. Most have brick exterior with traditional architecture and are either single or 2-car garages. The largest executive homes here do sit on larger lots, and they are usually around the water, so they have views of Lake Ontario. You do have a few townhouses in the mix, but then closer to the waterfront is where you'll see a lot more high-rises, condo buildings, with most people owning their units. And in fact, actually, 95% of the residents in Duffins Bay are homeowners, where a typical home here is anywhere between 3 and 5 bedrooms, 2 and 4 baths, and has a median list price of $808,000. Now, behind me here, I've got one of your typical homes that you can find here in Duffins Bay. It's a 4-bed, 3-bath with finished basement that recently sold for $870,000. You're not too far from Duffins Bay Public School, which is actually just up the street here. You might be able to see it. You don't have to cross any roads to get there. But what I actually wanted to show you was the next neighborhood if you keep walking along the waterfront, because this area is going to be number 3 on our top 5 list. It's called Discovery Bay. Let's go check it out. Oh boy, it is windy. Okay, so I am here in the southwest pocket of Ajax in the neighborhood of Discovery Bay. Discovery Bay is bordered by Lake Ontario to the south, the Duffins Creek Greenbelt to the west, and there's a commercial area to the north. Now, the signature landmark in Discovery Bay is actually a big public park along the waterfront, which is where I'm at right now. It's called Rotary Park. Rotary Park is where you'll see at any given day of the week families out having picnics. They have pavilions out here. There's a playground for the kids and paved trails that you can walk on, and lookout points along the trail as well, which is nice because the walkability score here is really high, as are the bikeability and green space scores. So it's a nice area to enjoy the waterfront scenery, and you're also close to nearby amenities at downtown Ajax, which is just a 5-minute drive away. So let's go take a look at the neighborhood here in Discovery Bay. We'll go back in my car and then I'll show you what the houses look like. Welcome again to Discovery Bay, and you may have noticed from the drive-through here that you've got a pretty good mix of residential styles. Everything from single-family homes, townhouses, and condos, they're all included in the mix, but large single-family homes are the main style here. Back in the 1980s is when development in this area really took off, so a lot of the homes for sale here are from that time. Pride of ownership is really evident around here, as over 90% of the residents in Discovery Bay own their homes. Now, this home behind me is actually a 4-bed, 3-bath, approximately 3,000 square feet, and actually backs onto the conservation, so you have no rear neighbors. It's got just over 100-foot deep lot, which is really nice because you do have a lot of that yard space, and it actually sold for $1.38 million recently. So that's what housing looks like in this neck of the woods. And I know that so far we've taken a good look at communities in the southern and central parts of Ajax, but now I want to take you a little further up north to the neighborhood of Nottingham. Nottingham is actually one of the largest subdivisions in Ajax. It's seen a lot of growth over the last few years, with a lot of younger families moving in. The median age of residents in Nottingham is actually 35 years old, and that's compared to age 37 in all of Ajax, and then 40 years old in all of Ontario. So this is where you'll also see the highest percentage of married couples and families with kids. So if you're looking for a great family-friendly community with great schools and parks to play, then follow me to the number 4 spot on our list, which is Nottingham. Okay, so I am headed to the north central part of Ajax now, to the neighborhood of Nottingham. Now, like I said before, it is one of the largest subdivisions in Ajax. It used to be in a rural community up until about the early 2000s, when urban sprawl basically just swallowed up all of the local farms. But it is still very attractive in that you've still got a lot of green space, hills, and creeks that run through the neighborhood. And then the neighborhood itself is actually divided into different enclaves or areas. So each of these areas are actually marked by stone signs, like this one here. Now, nearby amenities include the Westney Shopping Center and the Somerset Plaza. Both of these provide Nottingham residents with a variety of shopping options. So everything from groceries, retail, to dental services and daycare. So let's go take a look at the homes right now, and let me show you what it's all about. in Nottingham, you'll notice an impressive collection of executive-sized detached homes on wide lots with built-in garages and covered front balconies. The architecture on a lot of these homes is traditional, with brick exteriors, triangular pitched roofs, and column front porches. This one behind me basically fits that description exactly. It's your typical home here in the neighborhood with 3 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, and it recently sold for $915,000. Now, there's a trail right behind this crescent that actually runs for a few kilometers if you want to take in the fresh air with a light jog or an afternoon walk. And you're also riding between 2 big grocery chains, No Frills and Longos. And because Ajax hosts both public and Catholic school boards, you're actually close to both in this neighborhood, with 2 elementary schools within walking distance away, and then J. Clark Richardson Collegiate, that's a high school that you can walk to as well. But now I'm going to tell you what you can't walk to. It's the number 5 spot on our top 5 list. It's the neighborhood of Riverside. It's located on the very western border of Ajax, not a far drive from here, maybe about 5-6 minutes, but you do have to drive. So let's hop in my car as I take you to one of the most affluent communities here in Ajax, which is Riverside. Welcome to Riverside. Riverside is one of the more affluent neighborhoods in Ajax. Pride of ownership is evident here with a lot of large executive style homes that are well maintained. It is a relatively newer community. Most of the homes here were built in the last 20 years or so early 2000s. Now, this neighborhood is also home to a lot of high-rated schools for the kids, and so is one of the reasons why this neighborhood has been popular with working professionals and large families. Now, Riverside is in the northwest section of Ajax, right at the edge of West Ajax, where it meets the city of Pickering. And then right in the middle of the neighborhood is the Riverside Golf Course. And here is where you'll find homes that overlook the golf course. And I'm actually standing in front of one of them right now. Now, this house, just like a lot of other houses in the neighborhood, have a brick and stone exterior, and it is on a good, nicely sized lot. Most of the homes here have anywhere between 3 to 6 bedrooms and 2 to 5 baths, and have either single or double garages on single lane driveways. Now, this one is about 3,000 to 3,500 square feet and actually sold for $1.8 million. It is at a higher price point than the average detached home here in Riverside. The average price of a detached home here is $1.129 million, but the price of any home, of course, does depend on the size, the features, and finishes. So you can see that here in Ajax, you've got a ton of housing options available to you with a range of different price points. And, you know, no matter where you are in Ajax, you're pretty much less than a 10-minute drive to Lake Ontario, which is nice because you get to benefit from living in a lakefront community. Not to mention, you're also close to Toronto as well, about 15 minutes or so, or 50 kilometers or so. So maybe about a 40-minute drive, unless you're stuck in traffic, of course. But that's nice for those of you who, you know, work in the city, because here there are a lot of shops and restaurants to choose from in Ajax, tons of amenities. There's a hospital in town, Lakeridge Health. So it's a safe little town. You're close to downtown Toronto. but great place to raise a family. You get the best of both worlds. And so this is one of the reasons why a lot of people are moving over to Ajax. And so if you are one of those people and you're considering moving to Ajax yourself, whether you're moving in 9 days or 90 days, give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email, or even schedule a Zoom call. All of my contact information will be down in the description below. I would love to help make your move to Ajax a smooth and efficient one, and I'd love to hear from you. So until then, again, my name is Rochelle Manguino. I'm your local Toronto area realtor, and I'll see you around town. Thanks, guys.